What's up, family? Hey, 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 hey. Yes. Happy Friday. Yes. Cheers for the weekend. Yes. Hey, Shannon. I hope I see you soon, Shannon. I miss you. Cheers. How you guys doing? Right. Yay. Hello, Reese. Hey, Toria. Yes. We got a good one today. I mean, they're all great, but I'm really excited to interview my guest today. And while you guys are coming in, let me just throw up some photos because he is just so glorious. I mean, really? Right, Lloyd Knight, you guys, from Martha Graham Dance Company. I'm so excited. Yes. Yes. How you guys feeling? I hope good. Yes. Can we get a little more volume, sound man? A little audio. Yes. Let's see, what else do we have? Welcome. Okay. Yes. Oh, my face is hiding. Hey, Kate. It's hiding his face. Hold on, guys. Yes. Okay, just beautiful. Yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you guys are having a great, great day, a great week. Hey, Kimberly. Thank you for joining. Cheers. Yes. Hi, Mary Kate Wrights. Thank you guys for being here. Yes. Let me see if I can find one more photo to share with you guys. Ah, just beautiful. I know, right? Hey, Jeffrey Bynum. Yes. All right. Well, let me go into my intro for Mr. Lloyd Knight. I have an assistant today. I'm so excited. So I hope you guys are doing great, and I'm super excited to be here with you today. I know we're all getting back outside. The weather's getting better. The days are getting longer. So if you're joining me live, I really appreciate it. Just, being in the moment with us. And so I have an amazing, amazing guest today, and I'm so honored that he is taking the time to stop by and talk to me. Just find one more. Just beautiful. Come on, right? Lloyd Knight. And I see he's in the chat. So it's awesome. He's here. He's ready to go because I have a lot to ask him about. So my guest today, well, first of all, thank you for joining. I am dannIGeeLive. This is dannIGeeLive. And I cannot believe it has been almost 2 years that I've been doing this, but I'm having a great time. So I'm going to keep going until I don't. But I'm really excited to talk to my guest today because I had the honor and the privilege in 2013, actually, of presenting the Martha Graham Dance Company at Central Park for 2 amazing nights. And Lloyd was actually part of that show. So before I bring him on, I do want to show you guys some photos from 2013. That is Lloyd Knight jumping on stage in Acts of Light, the amazing, iconic ballet by Martha Graham. And this is a curtain call, I believe. Let me just make sure I get my notes correct. I had it written down. I'm so sorry. But this was one of the curtain calls of the I think it's Chronicle for the ladies. And I have one more. I have an audience photo because when I tell you all, these 2 nights were packed to the rim. I mean, we had to close the gate, which for us at Summer Stage means that no one else can get in. And this was 2 packed nights at Central Park Summer Stage in 2013, July, for the Martha Graham Dance Company. And it was brilliant. And I was just so proud of the evenings. I mean, the respect and honor for this company. I mean, when the performers were on stage, you could hear a pin drop. And of course, honoring the late, great, legendary Martha Graham, who a week from now, today, will be the 31st anniversary of her passing. So I'm kind of glad to be closing out Women's History Month with such an icon and someone that is working in her company now, and just really jazzed to talk about his experience working with the company. So I want to bring up this fabulous photo again because it's fabulous. So my guest today Lloyd Knight was born in England and reared in Miami. He has a BFA from the New World School of the Arts under artistic director Daniel Lewis. Mr. Knight joined the Martha Graham Dance Company in 2005 and was promoted to soloist in 2009 and principal in 2014. He has had ballets choreographed on him by Nacho Duato twice. Larry Keigwin, Doug Varone, Lubovitch, Kyle Abraham, yes, Liz Gerring, Michelle Dorrance, and Bogart, Pontus Linberg, Sidi, Larbi, Cherkaoui, I hope I'm saying that correctly, Pam Tanowitz, Hofesh, Shechter, a favorite of mine as well, and Matt Eck. Dance Magazine named Lloyd as one of the top 25 dancers to watch in 2010. He partnered with New York City Ballet principal ballerina Wendy Whelan and Miss Graham's Moon Duet, and with American Ballet Theater's principal ballerina Misty Copeland in a Graham duet from Letter to the World. He was picked Best Performer of 2015 by Dance Magazine. He is currently a guest principal artist for Royal Ballet of Flanders as well. So lots to talk to him about, lots to hear from him, and I'm super excited. And I just love him as a person. He's just a really warm and genuine human being. All right, so let me go back out and see if I can bring him in. Yes. As always. Lloyd, are you there? Uh-oh. Let me see if I have another record.
Hi.
Yes, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so excited to talk to you because just reading more about you and knowing first of all, I did not realize that you've been in the company since 2005. First of all, how is it possible when you only look 25, which is,
Thank
kudos to you.
It's
No,
new
really.
It's new. Thank you.
Yes.
Time flies by.
Yeah. So looking at your bio and realizing, so that's like 17 years, right? So in a couple of years, it'll be your 20th anniversary should you remain with the company for another 3 years. But it will also be the 100th anniversary of the company. So there's a lot of landmarks coming up, right?
Yeah, it's really wild to think about. I mean, even when you said the date for Summer Stage, like that felt like yesterday. And I remember we were so excited to do those two shows. Like the city came out.
They did. Because I was still, I had been, curating a few years at that point. I was really excited. And I think just as an organization, people weren't sure. Is Graham, it's an older company. Are people going to come out? Do they even know? I was like, trust me when I tell you, Martha Graham is the rock star of dance. Got packed. And I just was so honored. Like there was a moment, I forget which ballet it was, but there was like transitions between the ballets where you could literally hear a pin drop.
Yeah.
And we're talking in a field of about 3,000 to 3,500 people.
Mm-hmm.
In a park outside to be that quiet and so respectful and it was incredible, and I was so proud to be. And it was also, I don't know if you, of course you remember, it was soon after Hurricane Sandy had wiped out a bunch of your guys' costumes and set pieces in 2012. And so it was such a great honor to also be able to amplify the company as you guys were recovering from that loss in your warehouses. So all good. You guys are doing great.
And I was super happy because I was finally able to meet you. I was like, dannIGeeLive, yes.
Oh, that's right. I have to go back and find that photo. We're in the skybox. And we're like, hugs up. That's right. And you're like, oh, you're right. So first of all, thank you again for doing this. I know you're in the middle of rehearsing and touring and teching. So tell us where you are right now. And you just finished doing a tech rehearsal?
Yeah, just like got off the stage. We're in West Palm Beach at the Duncan Theater, and we have a show here today, and then tomorrow, and then we move on to Chapel Hill.
Oh, okay. Oh, great. Wait, so you have a show tonight?
Yeah, we have a show tonight.
You know what? I don't know. Oh, you know what? So extra super thank you for taking the time. That's so. Oh, thank you,
cool.
Lloyd. Oh, I didn't realize. Okay. So go when you need. Let me know when you need to go, and I'll.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I already ate.
Okay, so we're triple honored. Yes. So what are you dancing tonight?
Tonight I will be dancing The Preacher and Appalachian Spring,
Yeah.
and I will be in Scavengers, the new piece from Andrea Miller.
Yes.
Yeah,
I love her
yeah.
work. I
But
really do.
it's a good program tonight. There's also Diversion of Angels. There's Immediate Tragedy. Some good stuff. Huh?
Hmm. So when I was in high school from seventh grade on, I studied Graham at my performing arts school in Philadelphia, and my
Hmm.
dear teacher, Ms. Pearl Schaefer, she really wanted me to be a Graham dancer. I mean, that was like her goal, was to make me a Graham
Oh,
dancer. It was. I mean, I love taking Graham. So I wore my leotard just for you, the one leotard that I owned.
yes.
Okay, I'm giving you collar. But I
Yes,
used to
show
run me
it,
around
show
the
it.
back. And we used to have Denise Jefferson, the late great Denise Jefferson, who would come down from New York from the Ailey School and teach us. By the time I got to Philadelphia, every Wednesday night she would come and teach us Graham, and she would talk about the lifting the chest and the fourth position and I
Yes.
miss. I loved taking Graham. I really did. The contractions, cartwheel into a
Yeah.
tilt. What?
Yes. You're like, what?
And yeah, I used to look at some of the guys. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you look like you have great facility, but I just remember some of the guys in the class used to struggle with some of the
Yeah.
floor positions.
No,
Um,
I did for sure.
yeah,
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah. So when did you start taking Graham?
Graham, I got like a small taste of it in middle school. Went to Norland Arts Middle School, Magnet Arts, and then I didn't touch it again until late high school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Studied with Peter London, former principal of the Graham Company, and
Yes.
yeah, and that was my first touch of it, was
Mm-hmm.
first taste of it really was
Yeah.
like at New World School of the Arts. And
Mm-hmm.
I remember sitting on the floor and being like, why are we sitting on the floor? What's happening? Like,
Right.
what's going on? I was like super tight. I had to like sit on like a pillow, like all kinds of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
but
I
then
love.
it's just, it really, it's always been challenging. To this day, it's challenging, but it all, out of all the techniques, it felt the most organic to me.
Beautiful.
So, yeah. So I
Wow.
just stayed on that ride.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry. I got distracted for a second because I'm sorry. This is might be really inappropriate, but you're beautiful. You're,
Thank you.
I got a little distracted just watching you talk. I'm like, he is beautiful. But
Thank
I
you.
mean, you know you are. Come on, cheekbones. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
Thank
embarrass. But you are. Oh. Okay. Thank you. Oh, see, just acting up over here.
Yes. I wish I
And
had a
I'm
drink.
realizing now that you have a show tonight, I can't say, can you have a cocktail because you have a
I
performance.
wish. And
Maybe
I'm a
after.
lightweight, so I will be walking on that stage real like.
So I did the last time I did get to see you recently at the Joyce when you guys were last at the Joyce in the
Mhm.
fall, right?
Yeah.
Which was amazing, and it really, really, and also prior to that, for the first time I got to go to Kotzbahn
Mhm.
with John, my bouquet over there being funny.
Yes, boo cat.
We came to Kotzbahn and you did the duet from Acts of Light,
Conversation.
Conversation. Yes, it was
Yeah.
beautiful. And I remember being
Thank
slightly
you.
disappointed because the night that I came, it rained like it was a hurricane.
Yes,
It was into
basically.
the outside stage. You were inside, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful nonetheless. And so before I get into the work and just it's standing the test of time, I do need to ask. I mean, we saw you debriefing on the street like about a year ago in the Greenwich Village.
Uh-huh.
Remember that?
Yes.
And I was like, what are you doing in my lives? You're like, yeah.
I was
So
like,
just
yes.
tell me, like, working through the pandemic,
Hmm.
we're sort of coming out of it. We're still in it, but like, just how you worked through it. Did you stay in New York? How did you stay in shape? What was it for
Yeah.
you?
Um, I stayed in New York the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and really just I'm kind of cheesy sometimes. I'm all about positivity and outlook, and I just really from the beginning, no one knew what was happening. We
Right.
had like those first week or two off, I was like, work, sleeping, eating, like living my life, and then I was like, what's going
Uh,
on? Like,
yeah.
the weeks started to pass, and but I just set a schedule up for myself, and just try to, like a lot of people, work on things or goals that I had been wanting to do for a while. So,
Hmm.
obviously, I taught a lot to help with like income coming
Hmm.
in, and so that kind of helped me stay in shape. But
Hmm.
I was lucky enough to get a few projects here and there that really, help
Hmm.
help keep like some artistry going on. And
Absolutely. And where in
yeah,
the city do you live?
I'm in Washington Heights.
Oh, you are. Me too.
Yeah, I'm like 190 St.
Oh,
Nick's,
okay. So you're up,
but
up.
we're
Okay,
yeah.
awesome. So luckily for us, and I felt very blessed to have the green
Hmm.
I forget what you call it, the Greenway walk space over there.
Yes. And then
Water,
you have the cloisters and
cloisters.
yeah. What helped me
I
a lot, actually, my close friend Jamar and I, we got bikes and we just started biking everywhere. And, during that time too, there was no cars, nobody was walking.
right.
Like, I remember riding my bike like through Times Square. It looked like a movie set because we were like the
Right.
only ones just riding through the streets.
Yeah.
Like, it was wild, but yeah, I just tried to keep a positive outlook the whole time and get
Hmm.
projects when I can. And,
Hmm.
thank God, a couple of things, you know, were there for me to do.
Absolutely. And thank God for that. I mean, I've said this often. I was blessed to be able to keep employment the whole time. And
Yeah.
summer stage, and we went all virtual that first year, came back the second year. It was a very shortened version of the festival, but just,
Hmm.
super blessed and fortunate for that. And part of the reason why I started even this was to shine light on my artist friends who were in need, losing jobs, all of it. And just
Yeah.
keep in touch with folks because I don't have any family here, and my boyfriend lives here. I'm in Jersey City, and so even we didn't see each other for like 9 weeks, and so it was a way to keep connected
Yeah.
and to keep the creativity churning, which is also, and it's been fun too. I mean, I will admit it's been
Yeah.
fun. And so
Yeah.
but when did the company start easing back into this? Are you guys still at Westbeth?
Yeah, we're still at Westbeth. I believe I think we did a whole like virtual teaching thing, maybe like midsummer, and
Mm-hmm.
then we had a virtual season. I think we went back like in April or May to
Mm-hmm.
prepare.
Mm-hmm.
So we were employed for a little bit, and then off and on like everybody else, every other company, and then thank God we like came back real soon and
Yeah.
came back and like we went on tour, we went to Europe, and it's been
Yes.
great so far. I mean, the Joyce, we had the first thing was the Joyce.
Yeah.
So, which
Kind
was
of a
like,
pressure. Your first thing back
uh,
on stage, and you're at the Joyce.
my
After
nerves.
all.
I mean, usually I have, like everybody, I get nervous before a show, but
Hmm.
those shows were really a lot for me. Like
Hmm.
excited to be back, obviously, excited to be performing and with my colleagues, and it's a
Yeah.
family, but at the
Yeah.
same time, I don't know, it was just like I I was kind of freaking out. I was doing treading and
Right. Oh, I was so sorry that I missed that. I really
no,
wanted to
it's
see you do
okay,
treading.
but that spotlight was there and I was in that unitard trying to
Yeah.
balance. I was like, the nerves were so real. Like, and I remember going up to Elisa one day and I was like, how how do I do this? There's
Yeah.
a big moment where he does this like hinge and a pivot.
Hmm.
And I've seen so many great videos of David
Yes.
doing it,
Yeah.
and she was like, "You just got to do it." And I was like, "Thank you so much. Thank you."
Great. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Elisa
Just
Monte.
do it.
Yeah. I love
Yeah.
Elisa Monte. I
I
adore
love
her.
her. I love all those old school divas. It's just like
Okay.
they're like, it is what it is. You do it, and that's what.
That's okay. No, no, no pampering. We don't have time for this. I was thinking about Ms. Graham, and I was just thinking, gosh, she really. I would have liked to have known her. You know what I mean? Just like sit and talk to her. I'm sure she didn't suffer
Yeah.
fool. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
just go, let's go. And so I mean, I'm sure there was a sweet and soft side to her as well. But I in pictures of her, she always looks so, you know,
Yeah.
stark and stern. So it must be
Apparently,
something working with, yeah.
no, no, no. I was just gonna say, you know, yeah, I feel like a lot of people have heard like the dramatic side of Miss Graham, but also, you know, people always talk about the soft and sweet side that she had as well, and kind
Oh,
of, you know,
beautiful.
nurturing and kind of mother-like. But you know,
Mm.
she's like, you go and do my work, right?
Right, right. No, because I had it on my notes. I'm kind of jumping ahead because I feel like, I mean, you have Janet Elber,
Hmm.
as your artistic director, who worked closely with Martha Graham, like, you know,
Hmm.
like right there with her. And so I never got to work with Alvin Ailey. I met him
Hmm.
once, but it was at a party, and so it was all random. But
Yeah.
not getting the chance to actually dance for him was heartbreaking for me. You know, he
Yeah.
died literally 2 years before I was able to get into the company. But working with Judy, you know, for those bunch of years, who worked so closely with him, was his muse. You know, to
Hmm.
me was the next best thing. And she would, you
Yeah.
know, the small things she would share with us about Alvin and what he thought about a certain ballet. And of course, working with Chaya. I mean,
Yeah.
Chaya really too, you know, was the one. And by the time I joined the company, there were still dancers in the company that had danced
That
for a long time with Alvin and, you know,
it
Dudley,
got
who also
passed
dated with
along.
Graham. Yeah, that could really like
Yeah.
pass the information along. And when I think about when I go to see Graham, and a really dear friend of mine, I talk about this all the time, how solid the works still look. And they
Hmm.
look, to me, they look so fresh because there's such a commitment to the movement and the motifs, you know,
Yeah.
and I really feel like there's a care with the shapes and just all of it, you know.
Yeah.
Just founders move on, or artistic directors, I feel like sometimes the works can suffer or they get watered down, and nothing in
Yeah.
Graham to me looks watered down.
Yeah.
After all these
We
years.
you can't mark anything here or do anything like 75%, or else it really looks, you look like the odd person out. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But
What are you doing? Right.
for me, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I think my journey into Graham was just, um, I was so lucky enough to meet these pillars, these strong pillars that they had a connection with her, and then they were so kind enough to spread that information out. So, like, I remember senior year of New World, we did Rainbow Around My Shoulder,
Donald McHale, yes.
and Donald obviously came to set it, and Mary Barnett came. And yeah, they just gave so much information and
Yeah.
stories. And then when I graduated and I got into Graham, again, like at that time, there were so many coaches coming in from the
Mm.
past. So it's like Yuriko was there, and Ethel Winter,
Oh,
and Mary Hinkson,
Mary
and
Hinkson.
yeah, even like speaking to Clive Thompson and all these legends, and you get
Yeah.
all of this information,
Yeah.
and it's just so important to
It is
hear these
important.
stories. Yeah.
You know, and I think about it that way because, I mean, look at, you know, European companies and traditions and things that have been passed down, passed down, passed down. That should be the same way with American dance. And
Hmm.
these are our American treasures. Martha, Alvin, Limon. I mean, these are our American treasures. And I
Hmm.
think the work should always be treated as such. Revelations,
Yeah.
Try, you know, no,
Yeah.
you can't half step these works.
Yeah.
Even, you know, someone like Ulysses Dove, you know, you
Hmm.
can't, you really cannot half step Ulysses Dove work. I mean,
Yeah.
and why would you
You-
want to? Like, if you're getting
yeah.
the opportunity to dance a work by one of these masters, it will behoove you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To give your
Yeah.
1,000%. What are you doing?
Yeah. And I mean, also, I mean, I feel like a lot of dancers, artists, they want that information too, because there's a reason why these people, they want to dance for Graham, they want to dance for Ailey or Paul
Mhm.
Taylor or, whoever, is because they look up to that work and
Yes.
they want that information. So
Hmm.
I think it's really crucial, especially now in dance, where it's the foot is on the pedal and we're just moving forward and the new and the new and the new, but also how can we preserve the quality and the richness
Yes,
of our history.
that's right. I mean, I
Yeah.
look at, seeing you guys do Appalachian Spring, which is how many, like 70
Mhm.
something years old. And it's the quality of it
Mhm.
was just
Mhm.
as gorgeous as I'm sure it was 50, 60 years ago. And that's, uh, you know, uh, to the credit of Janet, to the artistic staff, to
Mhm.
you guys as dancers, and your commitment to the choreography and
Yeah.
the art form. And so that's brilliant on all fronts. So
Yeah.
it's saying that you guys have to be just as committed, as the artistic team. And speaking of Janet, I mean, because I know obviously really well several artistic directors and how they handled the pandemic with their dancers. How did you
Mhm.
guys, if you're able to say, and again, if there's anything you don't
Yeah.
want to say, I have no problem with you saying,
No,
you can't
I'm
talk about
joking.
that
No, I'm
because
good.
I
I'm
get
good.
it. But as an artistic director, how do you guys stay connected? Because like for instance, and Dwight has said this with complexions, right? They would get
Mhm.
on Zooms every 2 weeks just to connect as a company, as a
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, a lot of just emailing and just we just made it work. I mean, the
Yeah.
dancers, we all stay pretty connected because we are anyway in general. But with her, she would check in from time to time. It was also, as everybody knows, it was just that time was just so personal too. Like we were
Yeah.
all going through the same thing, but people were struggling. So,
Mm-hmm.
she was also being careful to not, and I guess almost not ruffle any feathers in a way
Sure.
too. It's just give people their space and
Yeah.
time and, connect with us when, if something was coming up or a
Mm-hmm.
plan or so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But we
And
try to
yeah, for those
make
of
it
us that
work.
work in the arts or sports, anyone that had anything to do physically, like if you were just going back to your office to sit behind a desk, and I'm not
Hmm.
discounting that, right? Because even that takes stamina to get back in there and get behind whatever your work
Hmm.
is. But if there's
Hmm.
a particular career that you're in and you have to stay physically prime, tennis, dance, you know, I just really, my heart went out to just anybody that has to stay at a certain level, peak conditioning. You have to get
Yeah.
peak conditioning to be in these type of careers.
I
Broadway.
say I say it a lot, but the arts like
Hmm.
dance, I think we prove time and time again how strong we are and
Yes.
committed, and people were dancing in their kitchens
Okay.
like it's just doing all kinds of crazy. I mean, I look back at it now and I laugh and I'm like, we are out of our minds, but we're so committed to the art form. We were like, oh yeah, we're gonna dance, we're gonna keep in shape,
Yeah.
gonna make it work. Like wherever you need me to take class, I can do it. Like
Yeah. And let me step away from Graham for a second because I'm trying to get the timeline right. When did
mhm.
you film State of Darkness? Speaking of another
State of
seminal work,
State of Darkness was my show was on Halloween.
last year,
Yeah,
right?
of
So,
2021.
okay, so if you guys don't understand, this is a 32 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Solo by
Wait, I'm
Melissa
sorry,
Langley.
of 2020.
2020. No,
Halloween
right.
of
Because I was thinking to
2020.
myself, how do they have the stamina to do this?
Yeah.
That was
I
2020.
don't know. 2020.
This
It
is
was
a
Halloween of
32 minute.
2020.
I mean, I thought Cry was bad by Alvin Ailey, and even that I was gagging by the end. Okay, kids, gagging. And I was in prime conditioning then. This is a 32-minute solo. You're on stage by yourself the entire time, and Lloyd and several others, my dear Anique Roberts from Evidence, Sarah Mearns from New York City Ballet,
Yes.
Michael Chuznovec from Paul Taylor.
Cassandra
They all,
Canary. Yes.
yeah. Oh, right. They all each did it. It was filmed at the Joyce by, what's that
Hmm.
diva?
Melissa Finley.
No, but the videographer, the filmmaker. Oh,
Oh, Neil Shelby.
yeah. Now, hello, she's
Neil
everywhere.
Shelby, sorry,
That Shelby.
everywhere.
So I remember watching it. I watched yours, Anik's, and Sarah's. Oh, actually, and Michael's too later on because you guys did it again.
Yeah.
How can you say if it was taken all in one take? Was it taken in one take?
It's one take.
Oh no! See.
Yeah, we each had a show. We each had our own tech, and we had a show, and that
Wow.
was it. But
One
yeah,
take.
that was that will always be on like top shelf of things that I've done. Like it was just
Yes.
because it was crazy because when they contacted me, I don't know, it kind of slipped through my emails in a way. And then a couple of weeks passed, and I was like, they sent a like a reminder out, and they were like, just wanted to know if you're interested in this. We sent you, and I was like, a solo rite of spring, yeah, hell to the yes. Like,
Yes.
I was like, that's always been a dream of mine. So to do that, that was epic, and that was
Yeah.
a true test.
This isn't like sort of like in the heart of the pandemic where we're working in our
Yeah.
kitchens. How did you build up the stamina, and where did you rehearse? Like the first run of it, were you just like
Yeah.
passing out?
It was wild. They I mean, thank you, the Joyce
Yeah.
Theater.
Yeah.
Like we started off on Zoom. Everybody was on Zoom. The only
Mm-hmm.
person that was at the Joyce was the producer Ross and Melissa Finley, the
Ross
choreographer.
Claire, yes. We love
Yes,
Ross.
I love him so much.
Mm-hmm.
And then slowly they brought in people to be on stage with Melissa. Then it became two at a
Mm.
time, three at a time, and but we were like separated, learning the 35-minute piece on Zoom.
Oh my
And
God.
they sent us videos, and luckily I was able to rehearse at Graham.
Mm.
So I had the space. I would bike down there and I would rehearse
Oh,
every day.
fabulous.
And then came showtime. But that really, I got to dance out all the emotions in that solo.
Right.
Like
Oh, I didn't even consider that part of it. Yes.
everything. It was just like eh, you have no choice because
Yeah.
it's 35 minutes. It's just
30
like wham
this
bam. Like
okay. It really is, guys, and it's to the music of Rite of Spring by Stravinsky. I mean, it is
yes.
no joke. So if the Joyce
Yeah.
ever streams this again, do yourselves a favor and really just
Yeah,
watch it.
everybody asked the Joyce for us to do it again.
Yeah. No, it was brilliant. And I
Thank
just,
you.
and I love the fact that also in your bio, you've worked with other choreographers.
Hmm.
I mean, I have a little notes right here, trying to be all proper. Working with Whelan, that's awesome. Misty Copeland, we just love
Yeah,
Misty Copeland. I love me
I
some Misty.
love her. Talk about committed. She came into Graham, shoes off, toes showing. She's like, teach me. Teach me to. I was like, come on,
Toes.
Misty. Yes, she was ready. I loved doing that duet with her. She was
Yeah.
amazing, and I'm hoping she comes back and makes another Graham appearance someday.
Yeah, I love it. And I love even like what Sarah's doing with her series and even
Yeah,
Tyler went out and doing things, Tyler Peck with New York
yeah.
City Ballet. And I think, listen, dancers have such a short shelf life. If you can stay
Mhm.
healthy, maybe you dance until you're 40 if you want to, if you stay healthy.
Mhm.
I wasn't so
Yeah.
fortunate. 27, I was good and cooked and done with my injury. And so, there's grumblings right now where, there's ballet dancers that want to step into the modern realm. Baryshnikov did
Mhm.
it a bunch of years ago with White Oak, and,
Yeah.
Wendy did it with her Restless Creature project. And, there were grumblings even at that time, like, oh, she's getting to do this thing now, and oh, she's calling
Mhm.
herself. It's like, no, she's a dancer.
Yeah.
She's just
Yeah,
a
she's an
dancer.
art, and I mean, every artist, like everybody wants to experience working with different people and
Yeah.
getting the chance to grow. You know, you want to experience other things. I know I love that. Like, I love working with different
Yeah.
choreographers. So, you know, I see the appeal there. You know, that's a goal of mine also, is to have a show one day.
Yeah, but also
So,
like if all you've known for decades is dance, who is
mhm.
anybody to tell you to stop and not try something else? So
Yeah,
if you know what I'm saying, like, so if Misty wants to try some Graham or just whatever, it's in her
yeah,
blood to keep dancing. Ballet, as we know, is unforgiving to the body. So if she wants to kick
yeah,
off her point shoes and try something else, she has every
yeah,
absolute right to continue exploring her artistry.
yeah. And I mean,
You know?
especially because, I mean, she, you know, we're using her as an example. She was committed to Graham and to what we
Mm-hmm.
were presenting, so she wanted to display it in the best way possible. So that made it even better. You know,
Exactly.
when you have somebody that comes into a company like this, so well established and this rich history, you know, you want somebody that's going to respect the work. Huh?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, and speaking of that, because I actually went a little digging and I pulled up this article on you, Dance Spirit 2018, and it was a letter to my teenage self.
Oh God.
And I have your baby picture in my phone. So after you go out, I'm gonna show you a baby picture if you don't mind. But
Okay.
I love some of the quotes that you said. They were always remember why you started dancing in the first place. Stay grounded and humble. Be a positive example of how giving this career can be. And I thought that was really beautiful because it does. It gives. I mean, I've gotten so much from dance.
Yeah.
But even with Martha Graham, I mean, she danced until God, she was like 76, right, or something. But
Yeah.
I got this quote from her autobiography, Blood Memory, and how she went into a deep depression after she
Yeah.
finally stopped after all those years. Like she was past,
She still wanted more.
and she still wanted more. Listen, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. And so she went into a deep depression, started drinking a lot,
Hmm.
very ill and all these things. And I only bring this up because this whole month for me has been about Women's History Month and
Hmm.
thriving and surviving. And, she even went to the hospital. She was in a coma. Like she was,
Yeah.
and I can only
She
relate
went
because
through
I know when I
it.
had to stop dancing, I was in my prime, just doing cry, just started doing cry. I left it. I mean, I was so depressed. I was eating
Yeah.
everything, drinking everything. I was
Yeah.
completely antisocial. So I get it. But I reading this, it says she not only came out of that, she not only survived her hospital stay, but she rallied and in 1972 quit drinking, reorganized the company, and went on to choreograph 10 new ballets
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
age of 70, right? One of which
Yeah.
was Maple Leaf Rag. So, come on. Who are we to tell anyone to stop what they're doing and what they love?
No, it's a passion, and I mean, you, you can't deny that feeling of dance. You know,
Right.
you people always ask you like, why do you dance? And you know, we're like, oh, because that's our voice, but it truly is.
Yeah.
It's a feeling that's undeniable,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, even after all this time of me dancing professionally, I really still, you know, I love moving, I love growing, I love working with other choreographers and
Mm-hmm.
learning a different style of dance and
Mm-hmm.
obviously performing and touring. I love all of it. You know, yes,
Yeah.
some days I'm sore as hell and I'm like,
Well,
ah.
that was also part of your letter to your teenage self was there will be injuries.
Yeah, you know,
So
I've had two major injuries, and they really, you know, injuries really knock you off of your feet and
yeah.
make you reevaluate life in general,
Mm-hmm.
because you're just solely on this one thing for so long. But
Mm-hmm.
both times they really reminded me how much still I want to move and to
Yeah.
perform. And
Yeah.
yeah, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's a learning curve. It's
Yes.
hard. It's a hard one to go through, but
Yeah. When I talk to young people now, who are interested in making dance a career, I tell
mhm.
them like you really have to love this art form. It is
Yeah, it's
unforgiving.
hard.
but it
You're
gives you
not
so
gonna be
much.
rich.
You
You're gonna be rich in art.
There might be like 5 people in the world who we can even say are rich dancers, right? Just like 5.
Yeah, I'm like, kudos for you. Thank you. But I'm like I'm in the heights, but I'm rich in in the dance.
Exactly. Listen. I'm just glad at this point in my life I can just like keep the lights on and have a little wine, every now and then.
Yeah.
But speaking of legacy, though, because I mean, obviously you are a gorgeous Black man, and
Thank
I just
you.
want to, when you brought up Peter London earlier, and these legacy of dancers that have come through the company, and I don't know all the names of all the people that have come through, but just historic Black dancers with the Graham Company. I mean, Mary Hinkson obviously was the first, and Matt Turney, Gus Solomon
Yes.
Jr.
Yes. Steve
Right, Dudley
Brooks.
Moore, and the fact that I mean, I remember talking to Dudley. And when he told me how he was doing Graham and Ailey at the same time. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And obviously Abdiel Jacobson, who left,
Yes.
pretty recently.
Mm-hmm.
Natasha Diamond Walker, who's in the company now. But also
Yes.
the same year that you did Summer Stage in 2013, Tamisha Guy,
Yes.
who's
We love
now with Kyle
Tamisha.
Abraham, right?
Yes.
So I mean, so tell me how that feels, if that's even the thing that you think about as being like, this gorgeous Black man in this company, and continuing that legend of dancers of color in the company, that legacy.
It's definitely it's it's very deep for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that obviously I hold very dear to my heart, and I try to present myself in the best way possible always,
Mm-hmm.
because there's only so few of us. So,
Mm-hmm.
and like I'm resting on, like you said, Peter London, Dwayne Cyrus, Steve
Dwayne Cyrus.
Brooks,
Oh my God, how can I forget Cyrus? Right.
like Thea Barnes. Like it was just all these great people that have been here before me, and it's just I don't ever want people to look at me or look at others and think that we're less than, because
Mm-hmm.
from the stories that I have heard of Miss Graham, she respected her Black artists and gave them opportunities and roles, and I just want to carry that on and hold us up at the best light
I
possible.
love that.
Yeah, continue
Yeah.
it. And yeah, and
No.
I never really, growing up, I don't know, it was just, maybe it's me being naive, but it color obviously was a thing, but I never really experienced that much hardship about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then moving to New York, and I remember doing a Nutcracker gig. It was out in Jersey, and I was like doing Snowpaw or something, and this Black mother and her daughter came up to me after the show. We had like a little signing, and she grabbed my hand and she was like, "Thank you so much.
Ah.
You don't realize what you're doing." And it caught
Mm.
me off guard, and I was like, "Oh my God!" Like I almost started crying. I was like, because
Yeah.
you're so wrapped up in the steps and the show, and I was like, "Oh my God, I am, I guess, affecting people."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, I
after
think
that,
touring with Haley, we didn't take that stuff lightly either. I mean, and you know also too, as an international touring artist, you're going to different parts of the world as a representation. I mean,
yeah,
it's a lot of weight to carry, and we was want to go to the world like la 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 la, but it is a responsibility.
yeah, it
Own
is,
that.
it is,
Hmm.
and I
Okay with
really
I'm okay
try to
with
do
that.
my
I really
best.
am. Hmm. Even on summer stage, I get up there and I host a lot of the shows, and I realize that in front of me is this huge crowd that's there for some rock and roll, and, and they get me Black Girl Magic. I'm like, what's up? Like,
Yeah.
and I remember when I first started doing more of the hosting. One of the security guards, came up to me as a woman. She was like, "I see you up there, girl, and you speak so good. And yes. I mean, so you just never know who's watching, who you're inspiring,
Yeah,
especially with young people. And I
yeah,
think that's
it's
really
true. And
important.
just get letting the opportunities continue. And like I'm so grateful to like Sidi, Larbi, Cherkaoui, for example, who he invited me to come to Flanders and dance there. And I never thought that I would be like have the opportunity to be a guest artist in Europe, like
Yeah.
coming from the Graham company, like.
Hmm.
So it's just I'm very thankful.
Yeah, I'm getting more familiar with his work, and I when I was researching, and I completely forgot that he did Jag a Little Pill. I'm just like,
Hmm.
yeah, and just like watching some of his work online, really
Yeah.
something. And Hofesh Shechter, oh my God.
Yes.
So I really want to talk about, because I know you're in between getting ready for your show tonight, but I really want to talk about the upcoming season because obviously that's a huge
Yes.
deal at City Center. And I love the fact that similar to Alvin Ailey, there we have the legacy works, which are going
Hmm.
to have to be done. They just have to be done. Like
Hmm.
they can never not do Revelations, right? But
Yeah.
mixing it up more repertory, and Andrea Miller you mentioned, and so who else is
Hmm.
coming up in this season?
We
Hofesh, I'm
have
sorry,
we have
Schechter, Sonia
Hofesh.
Taye, her
Yes.
work. Danielle Simkin is he's in the
Guest
guest star.
artist. Yes. He's coming in, twirling, doing all the things.
So what are you excited about? What are you excited about dancing at City Center? I mean everything, I'm
The
sure, but
everything but
yeah.
the new Hofesh piece. I live for a club beat, and and
I
we are
first saw his work
literally.
on his company at BAM. It had to be like, I
Mhm.
don't know how many years ago. And I was just like,
Yes,
this one to scream.
yeah, he really it that process was so special to us because it was a long period of just us and him. We weren't
Mm-hmm.
working on anything else. It was just
Mm-hmm.
Hofesh for like day after day. And
Mm-hmm.
him and his assistant Kim, they were just so open to us and giving, and we could contribute, and we created something really great, and we're all super excited to present that to everybody. And the music is bomb, costumes are
Yeah.
great, and it's Graham has been changing for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
Jen is trying her best to really preserve the Graham, but also show the company in a new light. And
Absolutely.
obviously, there's it's a new company.
Mm-hmm.
We have new dancers that the dance range is just so big.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to have this piece at City Center
Mm-hmm.
with the rest of the Graham works, and just to show people that we that we can do many things, because
Yeah.
a lot of people are very ignorant, especially when it comes to Graham, and
Mm-hmm.
you say you dance for Graham and they think you move in like this box,
Right.
and
Yeah.
everything's hard and dramatic and
Right.
crazy. And I'm like, these divas up in here can like twirl their life away. Like,
Yes.
yeah, they
Yes.
can. So I'm excited just for the company to always to showcase
Yes.
themselves.
I just think it's a smart move too, because you know, dance is always to me still, like the stepchild of the arts, and always
Hmm.
struggling to find new audiences and la 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 funders
Yeah,
and the like, and to stay current. I think it's just a smart model.
yeah.
Um, if you don't have that old world money,
Hmm.
you got to find ways to keep audiences interested and to bring in younger audiences who then become more mature audiences that will donate and become those donors to your organization. And bringing in someone like Sonia Tai, for example, Tony winner for Moulin Rouge and all these things, right? But she has her own, she's in concert dance as well.
What she has given to Graham in this new canticle is very, very special, and
Mm-hmm.
she gave her whole heart. And I felt
Right.
that every day with her and the other
Mm-hmm.
choreographers, they really, they respect our legacy, and they want it to continue on. And it's beautiful. Canticle,
Mm-hmm.
Hofesh, all the new pieces is going to be really
Mm-hmm.
great. We're
Yeah.
doing Helios on Gala night. And no, I don't know if you have never seen Acts of Light, especially the Helios section, it's like the heart of Graham. We're all wearing
It is.
our gold unitards, and we're just
That's the picture I posted when I first came on of you jumping across the stage in your Helios guitar.
just bald. Like that's
It's classic. I have so many beautiful photos that I was able to find in our summer stage
Mhm.
archives of those 2 evenings. Catherine
Mhm.
Crockett was in the company still
Yeah,
then.
Blakely White
What's
McGuire, like
I mean, just sweet that
yeah.
I actually printed out the draft of the program.
Oh yes.
I was feeling so nostalgic. July 23rd, 2013, guys. I'm telling you, this was the
Yeah, it was.
program that I had to like, get from the company, send to our, send to our printer. I mean, very involved, very involved.
That
I'm
show was
super excited.
very. That show was so special for us. You know, like it for us. You know, we have our seasons every year. You know, maybe a week or two here and
Yeah.
there, but for me, at least, like to perform in New York City is always so special.
Yeah.
And I remember like those 2 days, I think that was the first time that my ALE friends were actually in town to see a show.
Oh
So it's just
yeah.
like
Oh,
all these
everybody was
people were
there.
there. Yeah, it was amazing. We were so excited. Like it was, we thank you so much for that
Oh
opportunity.
no, it
Yeah.
was an honor, really. When the company reached out, I was like, absolutely. Because again, I was still new in my curating life, and
Hmm.
to gain the trust of such a company like Graham it means the world. It really does.
Hmm.
And so to know that we would take care of the company, make sure everyone is safe, everyone felt respected, and because performing outdoors is not an easy thing, as we know. And so
Yeah.
I think
No,
the
we loved
turnout,
it.
everything was incredible. And so to that end, though, you know, do you have goals to choreograph? Have you choreographed? Is that something
I
that's,
have
yeah.
actually during the pandemic, that door opened a little further. So I got some opportunities, and I I I think I want to dive into that a lot more. You know, when the schedule permits it, and
Yeah.
so I really am into that. I really love dance on film. You know, I got a
Hmm.
camera, and I've been playing around with that. So
Yeah.
you know, just trying to see where life brings me. You know, a goal of mine is to start a fundraiser for underprivileged kids in the arts. So I really want to get that
Mm.
going, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, do it all, man. Do it all.
Yeah,
Another thing that this pandemic has really resonated with me is that what? Life is short. Do what you
yeah,
love while you can. Just do it
yeah,
all. It's all about the why
yeah,
not for me now. Like, why not? Let's do it. Why
yeah,
not? Let's try
yeah,
it. you
yeah.
know?
But it's just hopefully you have some time, and you know, coming back to work now, you know, I have to be honest and say, and I spoke to some other friends about it too. It's like still kind of getting used to it in a way, because it was like 2 years or so where you made up your own schedule, you did what you
Right.
wanted to do, and
Right.
now being back, you're like, okay, I gotta like I have rehearsals all day, but where can I fit this in and that in, and like
Exactly.
yeah, everybody's back
Yeah.
on tour now, which is great. Like I'll go online and there's like a show happening in every state. People are touring. It's really
Are.
beautiful.
We're trying. We're trying, right?
Yes, we're back. We're back.
I mean, even summer stage, we're going fully back into the citywide, parks now this summer. So
Hmm.
I'm looking forward to being back out there with communities. Really, like Central Park is
Hmm.
great, but I really love being in the communities as well. And
And I have to
the out.
thank you, because with you starting this series, like I looked forward so much to like coming online and seeing who you were like interviewing, and you know you have all these legends, and I'm like, whoa, like first of all, like I haven't seen them, you know, in so long. So just to see them and hear
Yeah.
their stories is so
Yeah, right.
important,
The
and it's
stories. Thank you.
inspiring.
Oh,
So thank
thanks.
you, thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. I mean, just like chatting to people. And what was so crazy about it was, some of these people are folks that I've known for, years. But in this
Yeah,
forum, somehow other things came out that I had no idea about. It was just like
yeah,
relearning a lot of my friends. And it's just been really cool. And so
yeah.
we'll see where it goes. It'll be 2 years soon that I've been doing this every Friday. And I just asked my
Amazing.
boyfriend, I was like, should I keep doing this? Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, if you want to do it, do
I
it.
do want to do it. I have so much fun doing it. And I have fun preparing for it and, doing the
Yeah.
research on people. It's a lot of fun. And, just like with this interview, this came through Graham's publicist. We
Hmm.
didn't set this up directly. And so I've been getting, inquiries from publicists to have me interview their artists, which I think is like, I'm doing this on my phone, y'all. You do realize I'm doing
Yeah.
this on my phone. And they're like, yeah, we know. Like shit can
Make
cut
it.
out. You know what I'm saying? And it has. My lights blow off. It's just anyway, it's really cool. I love doing it. I love finding out about people and
Yeah.
sharing these stories and supporting the arts. And just to that point, the link to the City Center season for Graham is actually part of a festival that Graham is a part of.
Hmm.
It was Graham, Dancers of Harlem, Ballet Hispanico. I'm missing one.
Paul Taylor.
Paul Taylor, thank you. The link is
Yeah.
in my bio. So please go to the link, get some tickets. I mean, they range from like $25 to like $135, but
Yeah, you could definitely find something, but you don't want to miss it. It's definitely one of the best seasons that I've been a part of. Like, it's gonna be
nice.
great. No?
Nice. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm coming on the
Yeah.
6th, which I believe is that.
Okay.
Okay. I can dress up.
Opening night. Yes.
Okay. Before I let you go, though, tell me about really quickly, because the modeling. You've been doing a lot of modeling lately.
I've been trying, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, people reach out and I'm like, yeah, because it's something that I always wanted to do, but it didn't really work out, I guess, to the magnitude that I was hoping. So whenever, somebody reaches out on an Insta or through Gram and they're like, would you be
Yeah.
interested? I'm like, yeah, because also I find from the jobs that I've gotten, they've said that they really appreciate they're finding that dancers move well and they showcase their clothes or their shoes
Mm-hmm.
um, in a good light, and so that's
Yes.
good to hear. So
Yeah.
yeah, hopefully more comes, we'll see.
Yeah. And as inappropriate as I was earlier, you're so gorgeous and striking and,
Thank
body
you.
down. So
Thank you. Thank you
why
very
not
much.
use what you got while you got it, right?
It's true.
So listen, I don't want to hold you any longer. I know you have a show tonight, and I think that's so epic of you for doing this when you have a show later. So
No, it's
what time is the
okay.
show? Is it 8
8
o'clock?
o'clock. Yeah, so
Okay.
I still have
That's soon.
time. Yeah.
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 Well, listen, thank you for doing this. Good luck to you. I can't wait to see you at City Center and out in the streets of New York.
Thank you so
Maybe
much
in
for having
Washington Heights.
me.
I run into you on the streets in Washington Heights.
Yes.
But safe travels. Stay safe out there and have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
show tonight. And the rest
Thank
until
you
you guys
so
come
much
back to
for
New York.
having me. Thank you for
Yes, thank
having me. Thank you for
you.
everybody that's watching, and I'll see you all really soon.
Yay. Okay.
Yes.
You highlight yourself out? The little X so there's a way.
Yes, the magic
Okay,
X.
awesome.
Okay.
Bye.
Th- Thank you. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Yay! That was, oh my God, how precious is he? So because I talked about it earlier, I am going to show you guys his baby picture because I think he's so adorable. Come on. Look. Oh, I took Lloyd's virtual class and became an instant fan. He's the best, talented, elegant, and so kind. Oh, can't wait to see you on stage. Absolutely, absolutely. So kind and humble and beautiful. I mean, look at that face. Come on. And I did mention some of Lloyd's modeling work as well. Let me see if I can find the one that I found earlier. Look at that. Look at that. Just immaculate. Okay, just cheekbones, face, eyes, everything. And this is actually a photo of him doing State of Darkness, Melissa Finley's State of Darkness. This is still from the Joyce, him in performance and that solo we just spoke of. And yeah, so if you're in New York, please come to look gorgeous, right? Oh, thank you. Great conversation. Thank you, Lukumi. Please get yourself a ticket if you can to the City Center in New York City on the West 55th Street. The link to the festival is in my bio for City Center here in New York starting, Graham starts April 6th, but there's other shows already starting to happen as part of this festival. So thank you all again for watching. I know it's a beautiful evening out, so thank you for hanging in and watching, and get out there and enjoy some of this nice weather while we have it this weekend. And if you missed any part of this, it'll archive here to my IG, and I'll also post it on my YouTube channel, which is dannIGeeTV.com. So I thank you all. And yeah, I will see you next week. And support dance, be kind, stay safe, and stay wonderful out here in these streets. All right. Thanks for watching. Thank you, Lloyd. Thank you to the Graham Company. Thank you.